The LGBTQ+ community has a long and complex history. For centuries, their stories were hidden. People faced discrimination and danger just for being themselves. This essay will explore the history of LGBTQ+ people. We will travel from ancient times to the present day. We will see how attitudes have changed over time. We will also learn about the struggles and triumphs of the LGBTQ+ community. Understanding the past is crucial. It helps us understand the present. It also helps us create a better future for everyone. This essay will highlight key moments in LGBTQ+ history. It will also discuss the challenges that remain. This essay aims to be informative and accessible. It is for anyone interested in learning about LGBTQ+ history. It's important to remember that this is a global story. Experiences have varied greatly across cultures and time periods. This essay will touch on some of these diverse experiences. It will emphasize the ongoing fight for equality and acceptance. Ancient Greece and Rome often had different views on sexuality than later Western cultures. In ancient Greece, same-sex relationships were often accepted. They were seen as a natural part of life. Love between men was celebrated in art and literature. One famous example is the relationship between Achilles and Patroclus in Homer's Iliad. Roman culture had a more complex relationship with same-sex relationships. While same-sex activity existed, Roman society placed a high value on traditional family structures. This meant that acceptance was often conditional. It is important to note that our understanding of these ancient cultures is limited. We rely on surviving texts and artifacts. These sources don't always give us a complete picture. However, they suggest that same-sex relationships were acknowledged and experienced in these societies. The Middle Ages in Europe saw a shift in attitudes towards sexuality. The rise of Christianity had a significant impact. The Church condemned same-sex relationships. This led to increased persecution of LGBTQ+ people. Laws became stricter. Punishments for same-sex acts became harsher. This period saw a rise in homophobia. The Church's teachings had a profound impact on social norms. It's important to note that LGBTQ+ people still existed during this time. They lived in secret. They formed underground communities to survive. Despite the persecution, they found ways to live their lives. The Renaissance and Enlightenment brought new ideas to Europe. Humanism emphasized individual potential. This led to a renewed interest in classical learning, including Greek and Roman culture. There was a greater emphasis on reason and individual liberty. While these periods didn't bring about immediate change for LGBTQ+ rights, they laid the groundwork for future progress. The questioning of traditional authority created space for new ways of thinking about sexuality. However, it's crucial to remember that these periods were complex. While some individuals challenged traditional norms, societal attitudes remained largely unchanged. LGBTQ+ people continued to face persecution and secrecy. The 20th century marked a turning point for LGBTQ+ rights. The fight for recognition gained momentum. Activists and organizations emerged, demanding equal rights and an end to discrimination. Early pioneers faced immense challenges. They were often met with hostility and legal barriers. However, they persisted in their efforts to raise awareness and challenge discriminatory laws. The Stonewall riots in 1969 marked a pivotal moment. The uprising against police harassment in New York City galvanized the LGBTQ+ community. It sparked a wave of activism and brought the fight for LGBTQ+ rights into the public eye. Section 6, Stonewall, a turning point. The Stonewall Inn was a bar in Greenwich Village, New York City. In the early hours of June 28, 1969, police raided the bar. Raids were common at the time. However, this time, the patrons fought back. The Stonewall riots lasted for several days. They involved thousands of people. They are considered a turning point in the fight for LGBTQ+ rights. The riots brought the issue of LGBTQ+ discrimination to national attention. After Stonewall, LGBTQ+ activism flourished. Organizations like the Gay Liberation Front and the Gay Activists Alliance were formed. They demanded equal rights and an end to discrimination. Section 7, the global fight for LGBTQ+ rights. The fight for LGBTQ+ rights is global. Progress has been uneven around the world. Many countries still criminalize same-sex relationships. LGBTQ+ individuals face persecution, violence, and discrimination in many parts of the world. However, there have been significant victories. Same-sex marriage is now legal in many countries. Laws protecting LGBTQ+ people from discrimination are becoming more common. Visibility and acceptance are increasing globally. International organizations, activists, and allies continue to work tirelessly to advance LGBTQ+ rights globally. They provide support to LGBTQ+ individuals and communities. They advocate for legal reforms. They challenge discriminatory attitudes and practices. In Section 8, Progress and Challenges in the 21st Century. The 21st century has seen significant progress for LGBTQ+ rights. Same-sex marriage is now legal in many countries. LGBTQ+ visibility in media and popular culture has increased. However, challenges remain. Discrimination, violence, and prejudice still exist. Transgender individuals in particular face disproportionate levels of violence and discrimination. The fight for equality and acceptance is far from over. It is crucial to continue advocating for LGBTQ+ rights. This includes supporting LGBTQ+ organizations, challenging discriminatory laws and policies, and promoting understanding and acceptance in our communities. Section 9. The journey continues. The journey for LGBTQ+ rights has been long and arduous, from the relative tolerance of ancient times to the persecution of the Middle Ages. From the secrecy forced upon people to the fight for recognition in the 20th century, the LGBTQ+ community has shown resilience and courage. While significant progress has been made, the fight for equality is not over. Discrimination and prejudice still exist. It is our collective responsibility to create a world where everyone is free to live authentically and openly, regardless of their sexual orientation or gender identity. The LGBTQ+ community continues to inspire us with their strength, resilience, and unwavering commitment to justice. By learning from the past, supporting one another in the present, and working together towards a brighter future, we can create a world where everyone is treated with dignity and respect.